Welcome, everybody, in the Movie Guys verse. This is Jordan here, part of Movie Guys Podcast. We wanted to say thank you so much for downloading this most recent episode. If you don't know what Movie Guys Podcast is, we are a new movie review show that is updated weekly. You can check us out at movieguyspodcast.com and also movieguyspodcast.podbean.com. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another awesome episode of Movie Guys Podcast. And tonight we're talking about a movie that we have been excited to see since 2 years ago, February of 2 years ago. The final in the trilogy, the sequel to Split. Tonight we're talking about Glass. I am Jordan, and I'm joined here with Eric and Ed, like always. Eric, how you doing tonight?
I'm okay after seeing this movie. Is there going to be more? Like, are we expecting? I shouldn't have said open it with that fucking shit right there. But this is, I mean, this is like M. Night comic book verse, right? Like this is basically just a comic book version of like a movie comic book, I guess. Ed, I don't know. Help me out. Where am I going with this?
I feel like I could be a superhero after this movie.
That's just it. If you believe enough, anyone could be a superhero, and that's just kind of where we're at right now.
This is kind of, like 100% with when it comes to hero-type movies. Like, we ended Star Wars with anybody can be a Jedi, and we ended M. Night Shyamalan with anybody can be a superhero. I kind of feel that both movies were on the equal playing field, except I have a little bit less passion about my hate towards this movie. Just throwing that out there.
Ooh. Yeah, no, I mean, like, the hype for this was huge. We reviewed Split 2 years ago, February, like I said, 2 years ago, in the past, and it was just a one-off little movie that we were reviewing. Didn't know much of it. It looked like a nice little independent character piece from M. Night Shyamalan. And the movie ended with David Dunn, Bruce Willis's character, learning about the Beast. So we know there's going to be a sequel. So we've been waiting 2 years for this. Ed and I have had hundreds of hours of conversations and theories about what this third movie would be over the past 2 years. And the trailers dropped 6 months ago. Glass, it looked great. The trailers looked awesome. I was pumped for it. I don't know about you guys. Were you guys pumped when you saw the trailers? Eric?
Well, yeah, because I don't know what the hell was going on with this whole thing. What do you want to call this thing? That's why I'm struggling with this. Is that because it's M. Night Shyamalan. It's a comic book. It's a movie. There's got to be something that we have to call this. We called it the Shyamalaniverse, right? Is that what that was?
Oh.
No, actually, there's actually an official title for this. So keep talking while I tell you what the title is. Go ahead.
Well, it doesn't matter what you say because I still like Shyamalaniverse.
Yeah. Nice.
I think.
I dig it. 100%.
Is there a better way we could phonetically that we could put that into, or should we just run with that? Is that easier to say?
Shamalama Ding Dongiverse.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Dinner conversation.
The official title, and this is no bullshit. Shyamalan and the producers and the critics and everybody is calling this trilogy the East Rail 177 trilogy.
That's dumb.
That is absolutely terrible.
East Rail 177. I'm assuming that is the train that blew up.
Yes, it was.
So yeah. East Rail 177, that's the official title of this trilogy.
Man,
Which makes sense because, spoiler alert, Glass blew up the train. Mr. Glass blew up the train in Unbreakable, which then fleshed out David Dunn, but also killed Kevin / the Beast / 25 other characters, or however many, his father, and his father was the only one who loved him because his dad was a piece of shit.
His mom was a piece of shit.
Mom was a piece of shit. His dad was the only one who loved him. His dad wanted to get him help.
Well, either way, that name is lame, and I like. You gotta have a nice name for it, like Cornetto trilogy.
Oh.
Like
Right.
how Edgar Wright has the Cornetto trilogy. Like it works. You gotta have some buzz. But East Rail 177. Come on, man. It's
Yeah.
too much. It's go a little bit. Either way, Shyamalaniverse.
So for me, there are two things that I found interesting about this film. The first thing, it's when I was in film school, I took a class about movie franchises, and the rules from Scream are pretty accurate when it comes to a trilogy. I'm not going to go through all the rules of a trilogy, but in film school I learned this, and Scream 3 pretty much sealed the deal on it. The past will always come back to bite you in the ass. You
Sure.
think you're free from the past, you're not. The past will always come back. If you see a trilogy, that's what happens. Return of the Jedi, Return of the King, Alien 3, Godfather 3, and now Eastereel 177. The past will come back. So at least this follows the rules of a trilogy.
Sure.
I'm just wanted to give that 2 cents out. At least Shyamalama Ding Dong, which I'm going to call him throughout the show.
It's too easy. It's too easy.
Yeah, knows how to do that. And I'll explain to you why. I guess we'll get into it right now. So this is a spoiler-filled review. I really hate Shyamalama Ding Dong, and that's why I'm not saying his real name.
Jeez, man. Okay.
Shyamalama Ding Dong is in the same ballpark as the girls that have broken my heart in the past.
Whoa.
Wow.
Just-
Wow. That's
He has literally broken my heart. Unbreakable wasn't great. We had that in a review last week. It wasn't great. There were some special moments, but overall it wasn't that great. It was okay. Split, we all three agreed, was pretty fucking good. James McAvoy was good in it. The camera work was great. Editing was great. Acting was great. Everything was good about Split. Just forget about David Dunn at the end. Just the movie Split was a decent fucking movie.
Yeah.
It made me fall in love with James McAvoy's character. His 23 personalities were charming, endearing, engaging. I felt something with that movie. This movie comes along, and I just felt like it cheated on me. I felt like I walked in and saw it getting fucked by another movie that's better.
Holy cow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like, wow.
this movie has a better job than you, and more
in
realistic
the
prospects
movies-
of life.
In the movie's defense, James McAvoy is phenomenal in this movie.
He's not. He's
What are
not.
you
You and I
talking
will fight
about?
on
The way he is just flicking through the personalities like that, just boom, boom, boom. He's great, man. He's
No, he's
always
not
on it.
great.
He's always in character.
He's not great, and I will explain to you why he's not great.
Please do.
Because I love when you and I, Eric, go into a fight. Because I'm used to fighting with Ed all the time and calling him the ring. So you and I don't get a chance to fight that often. But this is why I say you're wrong. It's because he phoned in the characters. He was introducing characters that we never, other personalities that we never knew from the previous film. We knew there were 23 personalities, which was cool. But what was great about Split is that they only focused on 6 personalities.
I think we sure. It focused on. We had
It focused.
seen, I think it was something short of a dozen or something like that.
Yeah. We focused on that. We got to know who those personalities were. Patricia, Dennis, so on and so forth. In this movie, they flick the lights, and he's a personality, but we don't know who he is. Flicks the lights, personality he doesn't know, we don't know who he is. And the camera pans away from him a lot. And you don't see him transform into these characters. It just films Sarah Paulson's reactions while he's transforming, and you hear him in the background. It just, maybe, not bad acting. Maybe poor directing.
Okay.
Maybe.
I can meet you halfway there, sure.
Maybe.
There were some unnecessary parts in this movie that I don't understand why, like the reactionary shots that we saw, one in Sarah Paulson's character right there too. Just to speed everyone up here too, I did enjoy kind of like this take. It made me appreciate Unbreakable a little bit more. The way that Bruce Willis's character Dunn, I guess, right, is
David
picking
Dunn.
up kind of going on these walks, and these walks are where he like takes advantage of his power, and he walks through and touches people, and I think that's a pretty dope thing. He's patrolling, kind of on the beat, as it were. I don't know, like superheroes do. I thought that was a pretty cool thing to do. And then obviously he has super human power or strength that he can just do whatever the hell he wants there. But they had a moment where he would chase down and found Kevin, and in finding them and them showing off, that's when Sarah Paulson captures them both, right? And then brings them to a psych ward, performs all these tests, and the first intro, or pretty much the first half of this movie is them in the psych ward, and Sarah Paulson's a psychiatric character, or a psychiatrist character, is just analyzing them. It has 3 days. I have 3 days to analyze them. And then, I don't know what the hell else. We have no explanation of who she is, or how she's funded, or anything else like that. She's just like, here, I can take you, I know all your weaknesses. I'm just going to take everything, and we're just going to put you in this thing. That's freaky as shit. Like, if somebody was just like, whoa, wait a minute, you already know everything, then, like, that would throw me for a little bit there.
Bullshit. Ed, you can go ahead and say your piece on this before I go on a rant.
That's some fucking weird shit, though, man. Like,
it's bullshit.
Yeah, well, that would ring an alarm for me, at least. So then, sorry, one more part is that while they're in this, there's that one part where the orderly is feeding the Beast, or James McAvoy's character, and there's a part where he just kind of stays in the room and he just flicks the light back on. Like, fucking leave, you dumbass! Like, what the hell are you doing? And he just does it over and over and over and over and over again. And that's the part where you get to see James McAvoy really shine, because he's going in and out of these characters, and you tell it's like, that's a lot of work. But again, what the hell, what is this guy doing there? Just kind of standing and just hypnotized. Get the fuck out of there. That pissed me off for some reason. I was like, this dumbass, just get the food, leave.
I think that what you guys are sort of harking on is I think Eric's a little bit more right in the sense that it's not bad acting. James McAvoy was really good. He played the exact same part that he did in the last movie when everybody kissed his ass. I think that M. Night Shyamalan's biggest problem that he's always had is his movies are really fucking boring. Even the really good movies, they're really boring until the few moments that they're not. And you don't have a problem with The Sixth Sense. You don't have a problem with the original Unbreakable. You don't have a problem with those things. And it's the same pacing. It's just they're really boring. And he likes to focus on people's reactions, the character's reaction to the moment, as opposed to the moment itself, which it kind of is very against the grain. And I think that's why you guys sort of maybe disagree on, because Jordan doesn't see that James McAvoy was good because you weren't afforded the ability to see that he was good, because M. Night Shyamalan likes to take that away from you as a fan and as a viewer. So, how
about this? Because it's easy to talk about these, or talk down to these movies. Mm-hmm. I would substitute that, like, so a scene like that I criticize about the orderly just going in, or the nurse going in there, and an obvious setup where the guy was just like, "Oh, I dropped my syringe. Can you pick it up?" Mm-hmm. And the guy playfully was just like, "Okay," and what am I supposed to do with it now? Just stand right here, just kind of so easy. Yeah. If that moment was, whoops, hold on, I hit a keyboard in my anger there. If that moment was supposed to show him, James McAvoy, bouncing in and out of whatever he's doing, out of his personalities, there are other ways to do it, I would say. You could have done it in the first part when you first got him in there, or maybe that was a good idea when he saw Dunn in the other room and he freaked out that way, and he was trying to get out there too. Or maybe have an episode when that girl was visiting him. There are a lot of different ways that you can choose to have him highlight this kind of acting moment where he's flipping out between these characters, even if you're trying to do it more than once. But in that regard, too, the movie's goddamn 2 hours. You could just cut that part out right there, and you got, like, that's...
There's a lot there's a lot of this movie they can cut out, and I'm going to compare him to a director that I respect, Steven Spielberg. Okay, Spielberg. Not one movie of Spielberg is exactly the same. You know, he does Jurassic Park, he does Schindler's List, 2 different fucking movies. You know, Color Purple, blah blah. The guy knows how to direct different kind of movies. Shyamalan, Ed, you are correct. All the motherfucker Shyamalama Ding Dong knows how to do is tell boring fucking stories. It took me a long time to watch this movie because I went to the theater twice because I fell asleep in the first showing.
Wow.
And the reason why that is because of this. Call me modern, whatever you guys want to call me, or the audience wants to call me.
Okay.
But this is the 3rd movie. This is the fucking trilogy. Yeah. You have Samuel L. fucking Jackson, you have Bruce Willis, and you have James fucking McAvoy, and their characters in this trilogy. Go balls out. Shyamalama Ding Dong.
Upset over this movie.
Of course I am, because Split is so good. And then you make a sequel, and you make me wait 2 years. And then you put a trailer out 6 months ago, and the trailer shows me that I'm getting a fucking action movie. Because these 3 great actors are in this movie playing these fucking 3 great roles, and they're in a fucking psych ward for an hour and a half.
All right, how about this? Let's do this then. If you're gonna talk bad about it, then tell me what you would do instead. What would you have liked to have seen instead of what you got here? Because what we got was basically kind of a standoff, right? We basically just a kind of a Royale moment at the end, right?
Nakamura Hotel or whatever the hell it's called from Die Hard.
What Nakatomi?
Yeah, I thought that when I first saw the towers that they had said, I misunderstood. I thought it was an actual Nakatomi Towers.
Yeah. What I would like to have seen, if I had the privilege to write the script, I would have the movie open up with the Beast kidnapping the cheerleaders. That makes sense because he's sacrificing the imperfect. Okay, that makes sense. That's what his character was. Have Bruce Willis find the Beast, have a fight, right? Then the Beast loses. Okay. And then the Beast Mr. Glass finds the Beast just like he finds David Dunn from the issue in the first movie. He finds him, brings him back to health, nurses him, and says, we're going to join forces to kill David Dunn. They eventually, shit ensues in between in the middle. The climax of the movie is, it's the 2 against David Dunn. David Dunn dies at the end of the movie. The Beast and Glass think they win. But wait a minute, there's a twist.
Always, yes.
Bruce Willis' son shows up, and he has the same exact... What the fuck's that noise?
Sorry.
David Dunn dies, and his son shows up, and in a bit of rage, crying over his father's body, he is the new overseer and takes down both Glass and the Beast.
What a stupid name, by the way, the Overseer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just upset.
Also East Rail 117.
Yeah. It's just, that's how I would have done it. It's not perfect. That's me literally pulling what your question was out of my ass, Eric.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, was better. Yeah, it's just, this is the 3rd movie, Shyamalama Ding Dong. You have the 3 greatest actors you can have together in this.
Yeah.
Fucking go balls out. Don't sit here, like Ed said, for an hour and a half in a psych ward. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay, so I didn't... At first I was on board with the psych ward thing because you have a lot of potential there for character development. You have a lot of potential for some background, for some origin shit. You got a lot... your moment right there to give answers for some questions that people have been asking for many, many years. And it kind of fell short. Actually, it did. It very, very much
hardcore.
And it gave us a little bit more questions, which seems to be popular in this goddamn 2019, is to watch something that gives me more questions than it does answers. And I hope it's not a trend. But the other part is that M. Night also decides that what's better than one twist is not 2 twists, but 3 twists in this movie, right? So that's basically what's he's just gonna go not once, but he's gonna do the triple double almost. Is that what that kind of is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I the only one, by the way, if we're starting to talk about these twists now, am I the only one out of the three of us, I know I can't be the only one in the world, that called Sarah Paulson from the first moment she was in the movie? Like, I didn't say that she was going to be like a secret agent Shamrock tattooed lady.
I mean, because the Psych Ward basically you said is the first half of the movie, and you have like these moments where there's these characters coming in and out, and it's really just interaction for no reason, and it's just very like curious as to why everything is why is it like that. It seems like it's very laissez-faire, this goddamn hospital here. It looks legit, but it looks like you're just running. It looks like it's just you four in this goddamn hospital here.
Yeah.
So that a lot of questions there. And then I don't know. Did that girl when she got off the bus? Did she have to walk? Like, do they have a shuttle service?
I don't know.
Straight to the loony bin. It runs all day.
You know, she had to.
Uber's a wonderful thing.
The one positive thing that I can say about the movie is they have David Dunn and the Beast, and they have Glass in their separate rooms, and each room is connected to their weakness. Mm-hmm. So David Dunn's, the Overseer's weakness is water, and his room is connected to this huge water tank, and if he fucks around and tries to be a dickhead, they start to flood the room so he gets weak. I like that. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think that's really clever. The Beast, they figured out that you can have these different big, huge lights flicker on and off, and that transforms him from the Beast to another personality.
You make them
great idea.
For personalities, real quick.
Mr. Glass is very dangerous, so they have him drugged and they have him in a padded cell. Great. That's very interesting. But that's all I got for the positives. Guys, I've never fallen asleep in a movie theater before, and I fell asleep in this movie theater, guys.
Now you know how I feel watching Blade Runner.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you.
I can see where that. I can see where that goes, and it doesn't seem like. It seems like at the end, I guess, because they're so goddamn far up, they're like a mile up the road on their own little property. I guess that explains why they're able to just have this whatever interaction in front of the hospital there. But aside from that, you have scheming old Mr. Glass over here, plotting away the entire time, and it was revealed that you had said, right, Jordan, that this whole time he's planning to do more terrorism stuff. Like dude just wants to keep on blowing shit up.
He's a terrorist.
Yeah, Mr. Glass wants to blow up a building. He's not blowing up this building, but just for the sake of Ed, he's going to blow up the Nakatomi Plaza in Philadelphia. So he can show the world that superheroes exist.
Yep, because they've been hidden for too long, and the best way is the biggest firework. Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
I continue to respect the design of Mr. Glass's character. I will tell you that. I think, he has his.
It was so sweet.
Yeah, and he's got his belief that comic books aren't fantasy; they're a retelling of things that have already happened, and which is kind of a cool thing as a comic book lover. People in the Movie Guys verse understand my love of comic books. I wish that were real. I wish that existed, but at the same time, that's one of the other few bright takeaways of this movie. Is and it's called Glass, right? I mean, I get Unbreakable was about Dunn, Overseer. I get Split was about Kevin and the Beast, and so you've got the third movie being Glass, but Mr. Glass is drugged for the first quarter of the movie, and then okay, so the twist is about him, the twisted twist, untwist. Sierra Mist twist is about him.
Wonderful. He's not on camera until like the 40 minutes in or something like that.
Yeah, and he's drugged, and he's like just making this drugged up, sort of crazy, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest face.
Okay. No, Ed, you're right. It's very. See, that's my point.
Acting.
It's disappointing. Disappointing. That's just what it is. It's sad.
It's like he's trying to make an ending for probably something he didn't originally have the ending for. Because
he went on a suicide mission. They say that. He knew what was going to happen. He planned it.
Yeah, exactly. So we have an opening for more here. So he might get. It would have to be 3 more movies, right?
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Okay,
let's talk about that, fellas.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Shyamalama Ding Dong
Adding to the Shyamalana verse.
Said in an interview that I read the past couple of days, depending on how the box office success is with this movie, he will start to write a new trilogy following 3 new superheroes.
Oh, Jesus.
So I'm saying it because the great thing about Movie Guys Podcast, and these 2 guys know I'm angry, and you the people know that I'm angry. So the great thing about Movie Guys Podcast is that we're uncensored and we can say what we feel about a movie because we're passionate.
And we're drunk.
Yeah. If you ever make another fucking movie, Shyamalama Ding Dong, I will just fucking shit on you.
Oh!
Wow.
You are terrible. You are a terrible writer. You are a terrible filmmaker. You don't know where to place the camera. You don't know the talent that you fucking have.
You're saying a lot.
You don't. He doesn't. You don't know the talent. You have Samuel L. Jackson, Bruce fucking Willis, and James McAvoy. You don't know the fucking talent. And Sarah Paulson, 4. You don't know the fucking talent that you have, and you pissed off a fan hard fucking core. Because I loved you, Shyamalama Ding Dong, when you first came out with Sixth Sense and Unbreakable. Great fucking films. You pissed it away. You wanted to be artistic. Then you came back and you did Visit. Okay movie, not great. You came back and did Split. I was sucking your dick. Guess what? You ain't putting it in, motherfucker. Fuck you. I hate it.
Okay.
Hey.
Good.
No, just
shout
upsetting.
out to Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yes, I love Anya Taylor-Joy.
She was also wonderful in this movie.
I mean, I feel the way that Ed does for Last Jedi. I do. I really fucking love Split. And this just pissed on it, so I'm going to shut up for a minute and drink my whiskey.
Well, I will say this on your point, Jordan. I think that M. Night Shyamalan's creative juices are drained. They're gone. He's tried to do too much. Unbreakable was a fresh story. Sixth Sense, fresh story. Signs, fresh story. You guys shit on The Village and Lady in the Water, but they were fresh stories.
Yeah.
After that, Split was a unique story. He's got nothing left. He's literally got nothing left. There's no more in the tank. It's like when Brett Favre tried to come back for that one extra season with the Jets. With the Jets, Jordan, not the Packers, with the Jets.
Vikings.
And he was good with the Vikings and beat the Packers a couple of times. I thoroughly enjoyed watching that. But it's like when he was with, all great athletes. Or when Michael Jordan came back that one extra year with the Wizards.
Oh yeah.
It's like you were great once. You've got nothing left in the tank. You're just ruining your legacy.
So let's talk about the ending here. Let's talk about the twist before we get into a popcorn rating.
The hate is so goddamn real. And
the fucking hate is pure, Eric. This is the most pure you're going to get out of me, right?
Dude. I'm not even gonna challenge that hate. It's one of those where I hope that if anything, if he is completely out of steam and air, I hope that this is something that he's just gotten the bag where he's like, yeah, I can just write superheroes all day. And maybe that's something that's just that comes easier to him because these concepts are not bad concepts. It's just that, just like you had said, Jordan, the direction is probably not for you. I guess not in your taste. How about that? To be polite and PC, it's trash, right? Like, there's so much goddamn filler that's just completely unnecessary. It doesn't go like where it needs to fucking go. Where am I supposed to look, M. Night? I know that you want me to look over here so that you can make it a twist and I can look over here, but it's just like this was so far off. I had a lot of those moments in this movie where I was just like, this was just not needed. You could have trimmed a lot of this. So maybe it's the editing. Maybe he's fire his fucking editor.
Maybe. I will go on you here, Eric, before we get into our final twist endings before we get into our popcorn rating. But there was an article about M. Night Shyamalan when he came out with The Sixth Sense, and people compared him to the new Alfred Hitchcock. And also people compared that to him, I think, because he's always in his movies. Like Hitchcock was.
Yeah.
So to go on your point about being a bad director, and again, before we get into the twist and the popcorn ratings, he doesn't put himself in this movie. He puts himself in the movie for 5 fucking minutes in the goddamn fucking Dunn security office talking to his fucking son, and the camera never changes a fucking angle. The camera never fucking cuts. There's no fucking any fucking angles at all. He just wants to put the camera on him with his fucking hair and go, hey, look at me. I'm Shyamalan, I'm a ding-dong. I'm making glass.
I'm in this movie.
I'm in this fucking movie. Thank you,
let your dad take a walk, man. It's not that big of a deal.
Thank you, Jason Blum from Blumhouse Productions, who makes shit movies anyway. Thank you for funding this movie. I appreciate it. So let's get into the fucking twist. So the first twist we find out is what Ed spoiled in the beginning of the episode, is that the reason why that Kevin has the 23 or 24 personalities is because his dad was a very awesome guy, as far as we know, and his mom was physically and emotionally abusive, and his dad was a passenger in the train that David Dunn, Bruce Willis's character, was on when Samuel L. Jackson blew it up in Unbreakable. So therefore, he created those personalities to protect Kevin. Eric, I'm going to go with you first. How do you feel about that, to be connected?
Listen, I'm not writing that one off. That's actually a pretty unique one because it plays to, what's the movie called, boys? Glass, right? It plays to his villainous characters, that his actions have rippled down so that it has created, I guess, 2 of these fucking things. Well, possibly. Yes. No. It has created 2 of these fucking things.
Yeah.
So, it kind of goes to show how an action can create superheroes. And this is a curious thing of where I would like to kind of see in the Shyamalaniverse. I'm sticking with it, and I really would hope that, and when you talk about this next twist, that they go a little bit more into that, too, because this will obviously help amplify this. There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way that you can activate your X gene, as it were, your M gene.
The second twist is David Dunn, Glass, and the Beast, Kevin, all die. Ed, I know that you kind of really like David Dunn in Unbreakable. Ed, how do you feel about the 3 characters dying in this movie at the end?
Well, I didn't have a problem with neither Glass nor the Beast's deaths. That's kind of par for the course for a superhero story, right?
Sure.
The bad guys lose.
Sure.
And I understand killing David Dunn, but the way they did it was like they were drowning him in a puddle, and Sarah Paulson comes up, and this is when she reveals herself as like, take my hand, here. And then we see that she is not necessarily the leader, but at least the communications director for this secret Shamrock Society.
But how do you feel about the deaths?
I'm getting there. Like, they really made fucking David Dunn give him a pussy death. I mean, it's a terrible death, and they give you the twist. They give you this next twist during his death, and they do it in a shitty way. It's like when villains come out and give you the like in a James Bond movie, when James Bond's villain explains what he did, why he did, and how he did it, all the while James Bond is on a conveyor belt with a laser pointing right to his crotch.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, while the villain is telling his story, James Bond's like, "Oh wait, I figured my way out of here." Like I kind of expected that to happen. I was disappointed that it didn't happen. But that was exactly what we got, was that sort of speech.
Okay. All right.
Then and there.
And Eric, how do you feel about the last twist where we find out that Sarah Paulson, I say Illuminati because that's what the description on Wikipedia says, that she's a part of this Illuminati group that knows superheroes exist and their job is to exterminate them. How do you feel about that, Eric?
What the fuck, dude? Like, I feel like, again, you just like, I don't know what else to do. I feel like I need to do another twist because people won't expect that other twist, and I'm just gonna, I don't know. I feel like he pulled it out of a hat. Like, That's kind of what it is. I feel like they workshopped a bunch of ideas, threw it in a hat, and then or a dart at it, and just like, yeah, let's go with this one. It's not gonna matter. And
no, it's not.
Did. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this whole secret organization of superhero exterminators. There's a Legion of Doom that's just going around like, again, I have so many more questions. So many more goddamn questions. So hopefully
Right.
we'll make 3 more movies and I'll get some goddamn answers. But I have a feeling that I'm just going to be disappointed, and that just is what it is. What other superpower would you come up with? Like, how hard was it to make these? And also, Glass doesn't really have one. He's just super smart and knows how to. He's just a really good terrorist. That's his power.
Yeah. But I already seen a really good terrorist, and that was Castor Troy in Face Off, Nicolas Cage. Anyway.
Well, and on that point, like, if you're going to create this, we'll just use your words, Jordan, this Illuminati-style group, and you reveal, the twist isn't that you reveal it at the end, because that's fucking obvious. The twist is that you reveal it at the beginning of the movie, and she manipulates the situation, and you're watching her manipulate the situation, and then there's some evil mastermind genius in the background, and he becomes the supervillain.
Yeah.
That's the twist. Like, this isn't a twist. This is an obvious plot point that if you've ever seen any movie ever, you know what's about to happen.
Well, can I say my one point before we get into our popcorn ratings? And my one point is this, what I really feel what happened. This is my opinion. This is not facts that I find on the internet. This is my opinion. What I felt happened was Shyamalama Ding Dong did Unbreakable. It was a modest success. He's tried over the past 10 plus years to do a sequel with Bruce Willis. Willis said no. We've already established that in our last episode. He does Split, has Bruce Willis in it for a second, becomes a huge success. And then he says, we got to do a third movie. And Willis and Jackson said, fuck you. I mean, we'll do it, but we got to die because we don't want to be a part of this.
Sam Jackson will do any movie you ask him to do.
We don't want to do a Marvel.
That dude just wants to work.
I was watching Willis's performance, and I was watching Jackson's performance. Let's just put McAvoy aside for a second. Those two were there for a check, period. I have seen Bruce Willis act really fucking great. And I've seen Samuel Jackson act fucking great. They were there for a fucking check. And it breaks my heart.
Their characters are lame.
Yeah.
They acted
true.
really well, lame characters.
Yes. So since your characters are lame, third movie, balls out. So, okay, we've talked long enough. Let's go on to
lame characters with their actual balls out? Would that have made a difference?
Balls out, man.
We forgot the third twist, and that was that Mr. Glass the whole time had everything planned, and he hacked into the computers and posted the videos on Facebook or YouTube or wherever. We forgot about that third twist.
Yes.
And the movie ends with the 3 tied-in characters, meaning David Dunn's son, Mr. Glass's mom, and the girl that was almost raped from Split is all of a sudden Kevin's tie.
She has
Right.
a bit of a Stockholm syndrome there.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah.
And they were sitting there in the train station with getting a cup of coffee, and we're like, "Well, you're about to watch this. It's really about to happen now. Watch how social media is the greatest thing in the world." And
That's
there it is.
exactly
Like
what he said. That's what
Yeah.
Shyamalan Big Dog said. Yes.
Yeah, and then you just had all these people watching these videos of all these of all these superheroes. And they weren't even like cool superheroes. Like one had super strength and couldn't be injured except, in a puddle of water.
Yeah.
The other one couldn't do anything. Like he couldn't walk or he would break his bones. He was just really smart. And then the other guy had split personality disorder.
Can I say that real quick? God damn it. Why in the fuck would you cut that fucking shit out? Why in the hell would you as a director decide to show us a scene of Mr. Glass is a fucking kid on a fucking tilt-a-wheel breaking his fucking arm? We already fucking know! This is the third fucking movie!
Yeah. They
Jesus Christ!
could have done a lot. Well, all right. Well, I guess.
Popcorn rating. Okay,
Thank
popcorn
you.
rating.
Yeah.
Popcorn rating here. Ed, we always go with you first. What is your popcorn rating for Glass?
The hype is a large bag. They hype this movie to the point to get a large bag. The application and the reality is this is a small bag of popcorn.
Oh, small bag.
We've hit on every reason why. M. Night Shyamalan is a very boring director who has done great things in the past and has had hints of brilliance every once in a while. And I do enjoy his movies for the most part, but this is literally like one of the worst. The Happening is the absolute worst. Hands down. The Happening is the worst movie I've ever seen in the history of movies. This isn't the worst movie I've ever seen, but I think it's only because I was tied to the characters. If I hadn't seen either of the original two movies, I would have put this on that playing field.
Wow, small bag from Ed. Eric, what will be your popcorn rating for Glass?
Lucky for this movie is that I watched Mortal Engines a little bit too, and that movie was fucking horrible. So this movie, in comparison, did a little bit better. Visually, by the way, Mortal Engines looked really good, but everything else was just fucking horrible. Anyway, this movie was a small bag, I guess at best. I say that just because I really kind of. I'm curious about the concept. It's like, I don't know, you ever see something, like, okay, you know what, I'm a Detroit Lions fan. You ever see like something with so much talent, and you're just like, oh, you could do so much more, but you just constantly fail. You know what I mean?
Yep,
And
like
that's
the Browns.
what I feel like when I got the story and we introduced like what world, what Shyamalan-verse this is, and I feel like, okay, there's a lot here. There's really a lot here. And you're just like you say, you're not going balls out. You're not really giving it a good push, more imagination, more something that more pepper, dude. It's missing, but that's just basically what it is. And wherever it's missing, you fill it with just nonsense. How about that?
So a small bag from Ed and a small bag from Eric.
To be honest, if this movie is one of those where I wouldn't even give it a small bag, I'd just have like some.
So no bag. So no bag.
I'd bring in some Raisinets or something, But like,
well, what are you going to give it though? I mean, officially for the site, so people know.
Small bag.
Small bag.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to do something that I don't know how to do, and I'm not going to swear. My heart's broken. There is a scene in Split that I watch on YouTube constantly, and it's the scene where the therapist is talking to Barry in Split, and the camera always is on James McAvoy. It doesn't turn away. And when she keeps on pressuring him to reveal himself as Dennis, you see James McAvoy act. And you see him cry, like a tear run down his face, that he doesn't want to reveal that he's Dennis. And it breaks your heart, and it's endearing, and it's charming, and it's all these feelings mixed in. And that's what made me fall in love with Split, because of James McAvoy's acting. Just knowing that it was a sequel to Unbreakable got me even more excited to see what was going to happen. The Beast versus Bruce Willis? James McAvoy versus Bruce Willis? I never thought I would see this. Oh my God, I want to see this fucking movie. So I was hyped. I was hyped for 2 years to see this movie. And disappointed me all throughout. I really hope that Shyamalama Ding Dong does not make another movie. He is a terrible, terrible director. He doesn't know how to make a movie. He does not know. I have seen college film students make a better movie than him. He's terrible. And I do not respect him. I did, but not anymore. So, bad acting, bad directing, bad story. Let's see what happens for the rest of 2019. But right now, I'm saying it first, this is the worst movie of 2019 that we're going to review. So, we'll see. We'll see. I could be wrong. We'll see. That's my 2 cents.
You've only got 12 more months to be proven wrong.
I do. And for the record, it's a no bag. This movie's terrible. No bag of popcorn. Don't waste your time. Just watch Split and you'll be happy. So, we hope everybody here is listening to the Movie Guys Verse that is happy with our show. We want you to check us out at movieguyspodcast.com and movieguyspodcast.podbean.com. And you can download our episodes on iTunes, on iHeartRadio, and on Spotify. Just search for Movie Guys Podcast. We'll be back next week. If you go to movieguyspodcast.com right now and you click on the right side of the page, you will see a tag that says our upcoming schedule. You'll be able to click on that and see everything that's coming up from now until the beginning of March. So we have everything lined up for February and March, so make sure to check that out at movieguyspodcast.com, because next week we are coming back with a Netflix film called I.O. or I.O. or whatever.
I.O., yeah.
I.O. So I.O. will be our film next week to review, so we're excited to talk about that with everybody here. So thank you so much, Eric and Ed, for joining me, and we'll be back next week for another awesome review of Movie Guys Podcast. Have a good night.